Bismillah, assalamu alaikum. I am Bello, the An-Nur Information Technology. So in this lesson we have file structure and navigation. So we have discussed objectives. So in this lesson you will learn how to use the command line to create a directory, change directory, create a file, delete a directory, navigating between directories and list content of the folder or directory. And don't be confused. This folder and directory are all the same thing. I can call it folder, I can call it directory. So the most common command line arguments we will be using include the following. So we have the ls, which is for listing of files in a directory. mkdir for making a directory. cd for changing our current directory or folder. Touch for creating a file. cp for copying files and directories. So move, which is mv, is for moving. So we will use this for moving or renaming a file and directories. We have the rn, which is removing. We use it, removing or deleting a file. Then we have rmdir, which is for removing or deleting directories. So how do we use ls? Let me open my bash. So before you start using this command, echo, let's echo short variable. So as you can see, we have a /user/bin/bash. So all the command we'll be using are here inside our shell. So here I am. Let me use the ls command, all in lowercase. So I have all the files and folder here. So let me navigate into my desktop. So how do I navigate into my desktop? We have cd. So for me to navigate to my desktop, I say cd into my desktop. So as you can see, I'm inside my desktop. So let me check. So I can check all the whatever data. Let me clear my screen. So I can check whatever I'm having on my desktop by using the ls. So these are the files and the folders I have on my desktop. So that is how we use ls to list files in the current working directory. So the mkdir, which is for making a directory. So let me show you my desktop here. As you can see here, I have all my files here, all my icons on the desktop. So mkdir, that is make directory. I can say okay, make a directory, which is for my folder. Press enter key on your keyboard. So can you see that creates a folder for us, which is my folder on the desktop. So that is the function of mkdir. So the next one we have, which is cd, which is for changing directory. So as it is now, we have created the directory, which is the folder. So cd, you can cd into your root directory, or by typing only just cd. So that takes us back to where we came from. So if you want to go back to previous directory, you say cd, type cd followed by dash. So here I'm inside my desktop. So there is one command which I didn't list here, which is with pwd. pwd stands for print working directory. So maybe you don't know where you are working on, so you want to type pwd and press enter on your keyboard. So this tells you that you are on your C drive, users followed by the name of the user and the desktop. So that is the function of pwd. So I have a touch. So the touch command, it's used for creating file. So let me cd into my folder. So cd my folder. There's a let me show you. There's a magic of this tab key. So if you type tab key on your keyboard, it auto completes the word for you. So press enter on your keyboard. So pwd. So this tells that we are inside my folder. So how do we use touch to create a file? By typing TOCH followed by the file name. Let's assume index.html. Enter. So as you can see here, it shows an icon inside my folder. So how do we list it? Check what we have inside this my folder by using ls. So we have one file inside our folder. So you can create more than one file at the time by typing TOCH. So you can say style.css, then app.js, all with a single space. Press enter key. So that creates additional file for us. Or if you want to check it, you use ls. So we have 3 files in our folder, in our current working directory. And inside your working directory, you can still create another directory by using mkdir. So a second dir. Enter. So ls. So as you can see here, we have these 3 files has white color, while this has a blue color with this /, which means this is a directory. So definitely we can change directory into this second directory by using cd second, press the tab key on your keyboard, move inside. So our current working directory is second directory. So any file we create is not inside the my folder. So it's inside the subfolder, which is second directory. So you can talk at least here, or let me print our working directory. So this says we are inside desktop, my folder, and second directory. So you can touch, create another, say index.text. ls we have index.text. So if we open this folder, we are going to see all we have been creating. So this is the first 3 files we created, and this is the second directory, and this is the last file. So you can see the structure of the files and the folders here now. So that is the function of touch. So we have cp. cp is used for copying files and directories. So if you want to copy file, let me clear my screen. Now let me assume, okay, I want to copy this index.text into my previous working directory. I want to copy it into my folder. Let me cd. If you want to go back, you type cd dot. So I'm inside my folder now. So if you want to list, as you can see, we have what? style.css, second directory, app.js, and index.js. Now if I want to copy this index.html into my second directory, all I have to do is cp index.html, then to which location? Second directory. As you can see, if you press your tab key, it auto-complete it for you. So followed by the name of the file. You can name it as the same name, or you can name it as other name. So here I'm going to name it as the same name, like index.html. Press enter key on the keyboard. So we didn't have any error on this, which means it has copied our file into second directory. So all you have to do is cd second directory ls. So as you can see, we have two files here, which is the index.html. So that's how you copy file from one folder to another folder, or from one directory to another directory. So now if you want to copy this index.txt back to the my folder, how do you do that? So you type cp then index.txt to where? To the previous directory, which is dot, that is go back one directory, then followed by index.txt. Press enter key. So let me go back, cd dot. So let me clear my screen, and ls. So as you can see, we have the index.txt. So that's how you navigate from one directory to another directory, from one folder to another folder, how you copy. So the same things apply. Okay, now let us, okay, I want to copy this index, go back there with another name. So how do you do that? You say cp index.txt to where? You can // second directory. So you can name it as copy.txt. Enter. So let me cd into my second directory. Let me clear my screen. Then ls. So as you can see, we have the same thing, the copied text. So that's how you use the cp. Then we have the mv. The mv is for moving or renaming files and directory. They both work the same with the cp. Now if I want to move this copied.txt, how do I do? Move mv, then copied to the previous directory. Enter. So for ls now list, I won't say that again. So where can it be found? Let me clear my screen. So say cd back ls. So as you can see, I have moved the copy.txt into my folder, which is the main directory here. So I just copy here by not renaming. So if I want to move it back, or let me move this style.css, like now. Okay, move style.css into second directory. Then I'm going to rename it now, like say, okay, index.css instead of style.css. So enter key. Let me clear up my screen. So if I list now, as you can see, there's no more index.css or style.css on this directory now. So let's check now. Let's cd into second directory. So if ls, as you can see, we have the index.css here, which has been copied. And don't forget, this second directory is a child to this my folder. This is the parent, which is a root directory. So this one is the child directory. So that is how we use the move command to move files and folder. So now let's you can still use this to copy a folder too, like cp second directory like cp, can cd, go back. Let me minimize my screen. cp, second directory. So this is going to copy the second directory folder, like go one back directory, like desktop. So here we have error that it says copy cp :-r not specified, omitting directory, second directory. So what do you have to do? You put your flag -r, enter. So as you can see, what happened here is that it copied the second directory and move back and create desktop as a folder name, with including the files that are inside. So that's how we copy folder. So if you want to learn more, okay, I think I still have one. So okay, we have the rm. So I have the rm. So now, how do we, let's assume, okay, I want to remove this desktop that I have. I have two desktop here, the one with S, the one without S. So how do I remove it? Let me ls first. So I am not on that desktop now. So I have to say cd, go back, my desktop, pwd. So I'm on that desktop now. So we're using rm, you have to be careful, because if anything you delete, the Linux doesn't have undo command. Once you delete a file, you can't rectify it. It has gone. Now let's remove the folder. So we use rm followed by the name of the folder. So now rm is used to remove a file. Let me cd into desktop, ls. So if I want to remove the index.css, what do? I say rm index.css, enter. Now ls, I have two full files left. So that's how we use rm. rm is used to remove file, so, or deleting file. So we have rm dir. The rm dir is used in removing files or deleting files or directory. So let me clear my screen. Let me see the out. So now let me assume, okay, I want to remove this desktop. I say rm dir, that is remove directory, desktop. Yeah, we have error. Wow, it said rm dir colon fails to remove desktop, directory not empty. Because the directory is not empty, is giving us warning that this folder that you want to delete has a file. So if you want to force it, you use flag r. Oh, sorry. Or you use dash rf. So that will remove the directory for us. But if you use it, if you want to use it to remove our empty folder, let me create an empty folder. That won't give us any error. Make directory test. So we have it there. So if you want to remove it now, we rm dir test. So this will remove it without giving us any error. So that is how we use RMDIR for removing or deleting directories. So if you want to learn more, you can use like cp dash help. So you can see the usages of all these commands. So we have the usages of all these commands. So with each which all the flags and their usages. So that's how you know how more about them. Or you use ls dash help. So if you want to read more, so you can go through it. So one thing here is don't, as an advice, don't forget to validate your current working directory. Like you create a directory now, you have to cd into that directory. Then the next one here says, don't forget to display the list of files in your current directory to validate the creation or manipulation of the new file. So once you cd into your working directory, make sure you confirm the whole things before you start manipulating your file, because you can accidentally delete a file that you might not want to delete. Then you have to be careful when using the rm, because Linux does not have an undelete command. Once you delete something with rm, it's gone and you can't be found it again. So now let me show you the reason why. Now I have my this is my recycle bin. As you can see, it's empty, right? So now let me create a file here. Let me clear my screen. Let me say touch test.txt. So I have the test.txt here. Now let me remove it. rm test. This is a file, so it's rm, not rmdir. Test.txt. As you can see, it has gone, but it can be found inside my recycle bin. So it has gone forever. So we have to be careful in using the command rm. So in a summary, so you have know how to list the file content of a directory, make a directory, how to change your working directory, how to create a file using the touch command, and how to copy a file or folder using the cp command, how to move a file or folder using the mv command, and how to remove files or how to remove file with the rm, and how to remove directory with the rmdir. So I see you on the next lesson.